Jai Sai Ram and Jai Gurudev. So, whatever I am going to share today, whatever I am going to speak, the source is His Holiness Shri Shri Ravi Shankar Ji's knowledge. For last 23 years, I'm really fortunate that I have listened to him. I have attended his live sessions. I have been reading his books, and I'm extremely lucky, extremely fortunate. And His Holiness is all enlightened masters like His Holiness Shri Satya Sai Baba or Shri Shri or Krishna or Buddha or Rama or Krishna or Guru Nanak Dev Ji, Guru Gobind Singh Ji. These enlightened souls, they visit this planet whenever the time is right for them to be here. And Buddha visited this planet around 2600 years back. When he was visiting this planet, the people in our country were very prosperous. They knew everything. They had access to Vedas, they had access to yoga, and they thought they know everything. You can say they were living in their heads. We have 7 levels in our whole being, and ego is our 6th level. So at the different times, people live in their different levels. And that time, people used to live with their intellect and their ego. So that was the right time for the Buddha to come. And Buddha became enlightened on a full moon day in the month of May. And when he became enlightened, the Rishi Munis and the angels, they were very happy. Because one in millennium years, someone gets enlightened. And they were very happy. Like Earth planet is going to get lots of vibrations, good vibrations. And people are going to be educated now. People are going to on a next level. People will go to next level in his presence. But when Buddha got enlightened, he did not speak anything. He was in silence. Angels got very anxious. And angel said, why don't you say something? Buddha said, people who know everything, they already know. So there is no sense in talking to them. And people who do not know, they will not understand what I am going to say. Because words have no meaning when truth begins. People will not be able to understand me. But the angel said, but there are people who are on the borderline. There are people who are not enlightened, but they want to know. They are not ignorant. They want to know. So Buddha was again silent. So Buddha invited people. He wanted everybody to sit in his sanidhya, in his presence. And then he gave 4 instructions. In silence, he gave only 4 instructions. First instruction was, come, sit in silence. Second, watch your body. Watch sensations in your body. And then watch sensations in your mind. Watch thoughts in your mind. And then be with your own self. Like move to your own self. That's all. And 10,000 people got enlightened in his lifetime. That is also a record. Under any master's guidance, 10,000 people got enlightened in those times. How? Not by talking, only in silence. He never used to talk much. Even, when Jesus, he was asked to prove that he is son of God, he became silent. And people said, why don't you say something? And Jesus said, what can be proved today can be unproved tomorrow. So I don't want to say anything. My words have no meaning to them. So silence is a super way of communication since olden times. So today we will talk about importance of silence. Why should we keep silence? We give so much importance to words, but we have no importance of silence in our life. So why should we keep silence? How we can go in silence, and how we are going to be benefited if we go in silence. No, why should we keep silence? You know, all our emotions, basically all our emotions, I would say negative emotions or positive emotions, both, they are associated with silence. Like when we are sad, we become silent. When we are angry, when we shout at someone, after some time we go in silence. We don't want to be disturbed. We say, okay, I don't want to talk about it. Let me be with my own self. If we are guilty, our tendency is to go in silence. When we are embarrassed, we go in silence. Or when we are unsaturated, like when we are saturated, like we were very satisfied, then also we go in silence. Wise people, they prefer to go in silence, and ignorant people, they will go in silence because they don't want to show their ignorance. So all our emotions are associated with our silence. So silence is very, very important. When do we talk? We talk, Gurudev says a very nice thing. He says, words, they create noise. And our words' importance is only when we create silence in somebody's mind. If I'm talking and there is something noise going on in your head, so there will be no meaning of my words. So silence is associated with our emotions, and silence is associated with our whole being too. Whenever we are not satisfied, we are into relationships. Whenever we have desires, dissatisfied, unsaturated, we have lots of needs. We want fame, we want money, we run after success, then we talk. We think by talking, we will get everything. So it is so important to go into silence. But second thing is, in whole day, like in 24 hours, a normal human being has around 60,000 thoughts in mind. And out of 60,000 thoughts, only 5,000 thoughts, average 5,000 thoughts are useful, productive, or original thoughts. Rest of the thoughts are only connected thoughts of the original thoughts. Like 55,000 thoughts are only connected thoughts, and they're useless. And how do we get those 60,000 thoughts? By our five senses. Like when we talk, we gather thoughts. When we see something, we gather thoughts. When we listen to something, we gather thoughts. Or when we touch people, hold people, we get lots of sensations and thoughts. And where do those thoughts go? We absorb them in our memory, in our chit. We have 7 levels: body, breath, mind, intellect, and then memory. Memory is the storehouse of our whole being. Whatever we see, listen, talk, touch through our senses, whatever thoughts we get, almost 20% thoughts are negative and 80% are positive. But what do? We tend to absorb those negative emotions rather than the positive emotions. Positive emotions, we just laugh, listen, sing, dance, interact with people and absorb them. But negative emotions, we absorb in our chitta. And those 20% of emotions become almost 5,000 thoughts, and 5,000 thoughts create another 55,000 thoughts. Every one thought will create 10 more emotions, which are only connected to those thoughts. And those 60,000 thoughts become our memories, our impressions in our memory, and then they become our karmas. Then what do we do with those karmas? We keep accumulating those karmas, and then the time is right, we have to bear the fruits of those karmas. We can talk about the karma theory later, some other talk. It's a very intricate theory of karmas. We have to bear the fruits of the karmas, come what may. And at times, those karmas are not even our, like their source is not us, source is only our thoughts, because thoughts become words and words become actions, or you can say thoughts become our actions and action becomes our words. It's very intricate. So what do? We have accumulated so many karmas, so many thoughts in our being for last 7, 8, 10 births. It has become part and parcel of our genes. And then we transform, or we transfer those thoughts and those genes, those karmas to our children also. And we have accumulated those genes from our parents and grandparents too. So what do you do? What to do with those accumulated karmas? So we have two options. Either we bear the fruits of it by our actions, or we erase those memories. We clear those karmas. We clean those memories, erase those memories from our chitta. So second option is faster and more fruitful. But people have no knowledge how to do it. Cleaning your karma, cleaning your memories, your impressions from the memory, from our chitta, we can do it with silence. So silence is so important. But how do we do it? What is the modus operandi for it? Whatever we do, we use our senses, 5 senses. So when we say go in silence, we mean not talking. That means one of the senses people use for the silence, like by shutting the mouth, by not speaking. But what they are doing when they are in silence, they are watching movies, they are reading books, they are listening to music, they are listening to people, or they are dancing, or they are doing something, or they're cleaning the cupboards, or they are driving, but they are in silence. We need to work on our 3 levels when we go into silence. Body level. Body level means 5 senses plus your actions. Second is your thought, mind. When you watch your body, like when we go in silence, like in Art of Living, we have advanced courses of silence program. We call it silence program of 5 days, 10 days, 7 days, 3 days, different modules. When we go in silence, first is we go in silence with all 5 senses. Second thing is we go in silence as far as our food is concerned. We eat what one should eat a very we have to eat very sattvic bhojan, very sattvic food. Third thing is when you are silent on your 5 senses level, then you have to watch your thoughts. When you watch your thoughts, this is called meditation. So silence plus meditation. And when you watch your thoughts, your tendency will be going beyond your thoughts. When we go beyond our thoughts is a subtle body, and we have emotions in it. Then lots of emotions come up. During silence, people cry, people laugh, people tend to go embarrassed. They go into memories. They go when they were 2 years old, 6 months old, 8 months old, 10 years old. They get into memories, and then whatever emotions come up, they just watch them. When you watch your emotions, slowly they will die down, and then you go beyond your emotions, and you attach yourself to your own self. And what is there in the self? Self means joy. Self means happiness. Self means saturation. Self means satisfaction. Self means bliss. So silence means going beyond every level, and then be in touch with your own self. So this is the method of keeping silence. And I have seen people going into silence for half day or one day for 2 hours. No, you should go into silence for at least 3 days, or say 2.5 or 2 to 3 days, because the first 24 hours, your sensations of body or sensations of senses die down. Then you shift, next 24 hours, you shift to your thoughts and then to your emotions. Then you touch yourself. You go into silence for 2 hours, no use. I've seen people going into silence for every one day. Like my mother used to go into silence for one day, for 24 hours or 12 hours. I always used to tell her, no, if you want to go into silence, do it once in 6 months, do it once in a month, once in 2 months, but at least 2 to 3 days you should be in silence. When we go into silence alone, it is called tapas or tapa, purification of your whole being. But when you do it in your group, at times we do it in your group, like 10 people, 15 people, 25 people, online also, we go into silence together, and then we listen to Gurudev's knowledge, we meditate together, and this is called yajna. Everything you do together in group, it becomes a yajna. So it's your choice whether you want to do tapa or yajna. It's all it's option you have. So what happens, like if we go into silence, what happens? How we are benefited? First is when we go into silence, our memories get cleaned. Unnecessary thoughts, the impressions which are not required, they get erased. Second thing is, we gather so much energy by eating, by sleeping, taking rest, or by meditating, or by eating right food. We get there so much energy, but we use that energy in talking. Like if I talk for half an hour, like here I'm talking for half an hour, so you know how much energy I'm using. So if we keep speaking, we keep using the energy we are gathering by our food and by rest. But if we go into silence for 2 days or 3 days, for next 6 months, at least 6 months, we rejuvenate ourselves and we re-energize our body. So you will realize that if you go into silence for 2-3 days, you will understand you have less problems with your body. Your weight problem can be handled. Your stomach problems can be handled. Your stress levels will go down. You will be more peaceful. Your body will be very restful. Your actions will be very slow actions. You will not speak very fast. There will be clarity in your communication, clarity, your aura will get cleaned. Yeah? And the second thing is, when we go into silence, our mind also get purified. Mind is not clogged. Mind is not like our tendency of our mind is to move here and there. Like even if you are talking to someone, you are reading something, or you're watching TV, or you're eating, or you're having your bath, you're using a washroom, what do? Your mind goes either in the past or in the future. Past, future, past, future. It becomes like a pendulum. It is never in the present moment. So once you keep silence, you will understand in those 2-3 days, your mind will slowly come into the present moment, and you will start enjoying the joy of the present moment. So slowly, for every 6 months, if you are in silence, after say 3, 4, 5, 6 years, what happens? Your mind will get into the habit of living in the present moment. You will realize the importance of the present moment, and slowly your mind will get used to this idea that I have to be in the present moment. Your mind will I will say, practice of your mind will be there. Like it will start practicing the present moment. And the third thing is your intellect level gets sharpened. You become more aware. You know, awareness is a faculty of our inner self, but we never use it. It is there. Like we have 5 faculties in our body. We have a very beautiful faculty of our soul, that is awareness. But mostly people, they don't use it because that faculty is not enhanced. That is in the sleeping mode. But once you go into silence, you will get attached to that faculty and it will get activated. So when the moment awareness level goes up, your intellect gets sharpened. Memory gets cleaned. Ego level goes subtle. You know, there are people who are very confident and they think they are very confident, but the tendency is to go into egoism. So we have no idea, we can't find the difference between ego and self-confidence. There is a very thin line between ego and self-confidence. But when we go into silence, we try to understand our ego better. We know how to handle our ego. So it goes little subtle. And the moment all these 6 levels, body, breath, mind, intellect, ego, they go, they are, you know how to handle them, then your tendency is to be with your own self. So silence will take you to your source of joy, source of happiness, source of bliss. So I suggest everyone to go into silence for at least 2-3 days, once in 6 months. You can join programs or you can do it on your own at home also. So life becomes more comfortable. There is one more very, very important part of the silence is, you know, we tend to gather knowledge from outside. Our tendency is to read books, to read this and that, to listen to your knowledge. And then our tendency is to absorb a little bit knowledge and rest of the 99% it reflects back. But when you are in silence and then you listen to knowledge, you will understand you are absorbing every word of the knowledge. So there is one more faculty of our intellect. Like we see intellect means intelligence, but it's a very beautiful faculty that is called viveka, discrimination. What is right, what is wrong. Our viveka also gets enhanced. It's a very beautiful faculty, and it happens only when you go in silence and meditate. And then a most beautiful part of silence is you start getting into dispassion. How hard you try, how hard you tell yourself, look, this is all Maya. I'm not going to get associated with. The moment you are out the world or you are with your relations, your family, your tendency is to get into the Maya. You just forget everything. But when you are in silence, at least for 2-3 days, when during those moments, your tendency is to get dispassion, to get dispassionate about everything. And slowly, when you keep meditating, you keep going into silence invariably after a few months, you will understand that dispassion becomes part and parcel of your nature. So viveka gets enhanced. Dispassion becomes part and parcel of you. Knowledge becomes part of your nature. You become more calm, more peaceful, more joyful, satisfied. That's all.